everyone, welcome back to the Minute on the Mountain. Thanks so much for joining us today. Before we get into the main part of the video, which is going to be a little quick overnight camping trip with a little bit of fishing and some shed hunting in it, I want to just do a mail call. I had another channel that was kind enough to send me a sticker, so I want to show you guys this sticker. This is from Nikki St Laurent, or maybe it's St Laurent. So Nikki, if I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, I apologize. But hey, thanks so much for sending me that sticker. Sure appreciate it. I'll put a link in the description for Nikki's channel. So when you guys get a chance, please go check her out. So that'll be the channel shout out for today. The other thing I just wanted to share with you guys, a few videos ago, I showed you the scope rings I got for my muzzle loader. So I do have that scope on now. So this is how that turned out. And Andrew's muzzleloader deer tag is coming up at the end of the month, but I have not shot this with the scope on it yet, so I'll need to get him out and get some downrange and let him shoot it and see. Well, just make sure he's comfortable with it, obviously, before we go out hunting. The scope that I have on, it's a Vortex Crossfire, which is their basically entry-level scope. Even with the scope, I don't imagine I'll let him shoot out past 150 yards. We'll try to keep the shots at 100 or less for the most part. So that'll be coming up here at the end of September. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Honestly, I'm recording this before I head out on that trip, so I can't even tell you exactly for sure what's going to happen on it or where I'm headed. I have some ideas. I'm going to look at the map tonight and try to pick a spot that's 3 hours away or less, and a place where I can get a little bit of fishing in and also get a shed hunt in a county where I've never found a shed. So wish me luck that we can check off another county on this video. Thanks for coming along, guys. I'm about 3 hours from home. Got my little bivvy tent set up. Just a little one-man bivvy tent that I use when I'm by myself. I am not where I plan to camp, but the road leading in there, I've been on worse roads, but I'm by myself and I'd hate to break down up in there, and I don't have cell service right here. So you can actually hear the highway. I'm not very far off the highway. And down here is the Price River. I have never ever fished the Price River. Not sure that I can fish it right here. It's super fast, it's pretty muddy. There's a bridge I can cross to get over by the railroad tracks, and I'm gonna hike downstream, see if I can get a little better spot. I'll cast in here a few times in this little pool and stuff. But anyway, we'll see if we can catch some fish. If I don't have any luck fishing here, then in the morning, I'm gonna get in the truck and drive downstream to an area where I've seen signs that say fishing access, so you'd think the fishing would be a little better there. But I'm also gonna come up here, well, sorry, let me turn around. I'm gonna shed hunt the south-facing slope across the river. I'm gonna work all that in the morning, go up on top and work the tops, and then fish on my way out. So that's the plan. The other thing I'll do tonight is a little review on a peak backpacking meal. So I'll set my stove up on the tailgate. We'll have a little backpacker's meal. And it'll be an honest evaluation, because the only time I ever eat those is backpacking or hunting, where I've put a lot of miles in, and so I'm really hungry. But I pretty much just drove down here. I'm not going to put a lot of miles in tonight, so should be a pretty honest review on how that backpacker's meal tastes. I've got a couple in there. I haven't decided which one I'm going to try yet, but we'll show you when we get it done. Thanks, guys. Well, the fishing was not a win. It's so muddy. I don't even think the water quality is good enough for trout to live in. It's super fast, super muddy. I even went down to the place along the highway where there's a sign that says Price River Fishing Access, and I didn't see anything good to fish there either. I may have cast in 15 times altogether, so I didn't even film anything. So if any of you guys that watch these videos are from Carbon or Emery County and you fish the Price River, you know, let me know if it's just the time of the year or if I have to get further upstream. I know if you get all the way up near Schofield Reservoir where the river starts, I know there's good fishing up there, but I didn't want to drive all the way up there. So anyway, let me turn around and show you what we got going for dinner. So there's my little Coleman stove, 2-burner stove. I've had this thing for years. It's treated me well. And then we're gonna try the Alpine Air chicken gumbo. I've never had this before. When I've been with my kids, they don't like spicy stuff as much as I do, so I've never cooked it. I've had this probably for 2 or 3 years, this packet. Just haven't used it. So we've got the water boiling right now. As soon as that gets done, we'll throw it in and let it stand. I think you're supposed to let it sit for 7 to 10 minutes. Then we'll give it the taste test. I'm gonna glass these ridges for a little while the water's boiling, see if we see any deer grazing for the night. And then I'm gonna shed hunt across here, up through that finger, and then up on top tomorrow. And that was the main reason I came down, was to shed hunt, not to fish. I just thought I would camp someplace by a river so I could, you know, fish as a bonus. But here's kind of a 360 view. You can see the highway up there, you can hear the traffic. It's far enough off though, I think it'll actually be kind of rhythmic, and plus I've got the river noise, so I think I'll sleep well tonight. Got the water in, it's getting a little dark, hopefully you guys can see that. Big chunks of okra, corn, red beans, rice, and chicken. Smells pretty good. We'll let it sit now and firm up, and then we'll see. Just had an Amtrak train come across the tracks over there. That is the one bad thing about this spot. I don't know how many trains will come through in the night, but the train tracks are on the other side of the river over there. So hopefully we don't get too many trains. You know, the coal production in Utah, they're just not mining as much as they used to, so I don't think I'll have as many coal trains coming through in the night, but we'll see what happens. Moment of truth. It's pretty good. Okra is a little slimy, which I kind of figured that would be the case. The spice level's about right. Corn was good. On a 1 to 10, I'd probably say a 7. So I've definitely had better backpacker meals, but I've definitely had worse. So that is the Alpine Air chicken gumbo. We're gonna give it a 7. It's starting to get dark, so after 8, I'm gonna clean things up and get in the tent. And we'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully we can find some sheds tomorrow and knock off a new county. Thanks for coming along. I'm about 40 yards from the top of the ridge, and I can tell I've been doing a lot more fishing than hiking, as I am out of breath. It's pretty steep. A lot of cool rock formations, outcroppings. The river is down there. So that's where we camped last night. Truck's all loaded up. I packed up everything and got it ready so that when I get off the mountain I can just hit the road. I got football practice this afternoon at 5:15. So I need to make sure that I'm in the truck and on the road by 1:15 just to give me some cushion. Beautiful morning. It was cold when I woke up, but now that the sun's up, it's getting warm fast. So that's a look at the kind of country we're in today. If you see across the highway there, you can see where we had a big fire that came through here. I think it's been 2 summers ago now, maybe 3. It burned tens of thousands of acres, but most of it's on that side of the highway down here. Well, when I said 40 yards to the summit, it was a false summit. It ended up being about another 200 yards, but I did get up on the top, and right now I'm only about 20 yards off the top. I've just been working the top back and forth, and then I'll drop down 10 to 20 yards and work the side hill. There's more sign up here. I'm getting into a pretty decent amount of sign now. There was very little on the face, so I was starting to get worried that I picked a bad spot. But now we're getting into some. So hopefully we can find something. A little mixture of sage up here on the top and these little scrub oak trees. Some cactus. So wish us luck. I worked my way back down to the bottom. According to the map, that's Horse Creek. Not much water at all in it. If you look upstream just a little bit, there's a couple of cliffs that I bet in the spring or in a higher water year, I bet the waterfalls over those are really pretty. But right now it's just a trickle. I can hear water trickling down in a couple places. So we're going to follow this creek back out to the railroad track and then hike back out to the truck. Pretty little canyon. A lot of scrub oak, some cedars, some pinyon pines up higher. I haven't seen any pinyon pines down below. And then of course right down here by the water you got the bigger trees. Well, it's the old Skunkaroo for Carbon County for this trip. See if we can get back down in this area maybe one or two more times before we get too much snow. I've got 3 weeks until Andrew's muzzleloader deer hunt. And then about 9 days after that, the elk hunt starts. And then in mid-November, my late season elk hunt starts. So obviously when those seasons are on, that's what I'll be focused on. We're at 700 subscribers. I think we're at 704 the last time I looked. So it's time for another giveaway. I'll show the giveaway prizes a little bit later in this video. When I get back home, I'll put them in front of the camera. But to enter the giveaway, you have to put the title of the video that I've done that has the recipe you'd most like to try. So I don't know, I've probably done a dozen, maybe 15 cooking videos since I started the channel. It's not the main thing I do. They're all wild game or fish meals, because that's primarily what we eat. So hopefully a couple of them have looked appetizing to you. But in the comments section, just put the title of the video that had the recipe that looked best to you. And we'll have 2 winners for this. So we'll have a first place winner and a second place winner. And in just a little bit, I'll show you what the prizes are. So thanks for all your support, guys. Hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend and were able to get out and enjoy God's creation. All right, guys. Stopped on the way home at Diamond Creek, a place I've always wanted to fish. In fact, I saw a video, I think it was on Johnson's Outdoors recently, and he fished this creek, and I've always wanted to stop here. So we got a little brown, and see if we can catch some more. Couple last things, we're going to wrap this video up. I mentioned earlier that I would give you more specifics on the prizes for the giveaway. So first prize is going to be this Sawyer Mini water filtration system. So it's got the filter on it, it has the cleaning plunger, it's got the pouch, it's got the drinking straw. So if you're familiar with these, you can use the pouch that's provided, or you can just take the filter and screw it on to a threaded water bottle. So a couple different ways you can use this. Also a Man on the Mountain hat, that'll be part of first place. Then second place is a refillable hand warmer. I was gonna include the fuel for it, but you know how the post office is about shipping stuff like that. So anyway, it'll just be the hand warmer. This lasts for 17 hours, it claims. Now, I've actually never used the Zippo hand warmers, but I'm thinking about getting one for my late season elk tag that I have this year. 17 hours sure seems like a long time, but even if you got half that, if it gave you 8 or 9 hours in the field where it could keep your hands warm, that'd be pretty good. And then also a Hunter Orange Man on the Mountain hat will be with that. So again, this is the first place prize. This is the second place prize. And all you have to do to enter that giveaway is on this video, leave a comment. And in that comment, put the title of the video that had the recipe that you would most want to try. So again, there's some elk burger recipes on my channel, deer burger, fish tacos, veggie kebabs, all different kind of stuff, mainly wild game and some fish. Lastly, the Minute on the Mountain. Minute on the Mountain comes from Psalm 116. Just want to read it to you. It is Psalm 116, 5 and 6. The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is full of compassion. The Lord protects the unwary. When I was brought low, he saved me. And then verse 7, return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you. I just think back over my life, and God has been so compassionate, so merciful to me, and he has been so good to me. And I recognize I've had a pretty blessed life. And a lot of you who watch my channel have probably had a lot tougher life than I have, hardships that I haven't had to go through. But I want you to know that the Lord has been good to you. Because if nothing else, even if there were no other blessings in your life, that the Almighty God of the universe loved you enough that he sent his son. Jesus lived the perfect life that you and I couldn't live. He went to the cross. He paid your debt so that you could have eternal life with God in heaven. And so I just want you to know the Lord has been good to you. And so if you're in a situation right now where you don't feel like it, you don't feel like the Lord is good, I can relate. I've had a few times in my life where I didn't feel like the Lord was good, but I know that he is. And I know God's truth is more important than how I feel. And anytime I waver about God's goodness to me, I look to the cross. So anyway, that's Psalm 116. Hope that brings you encouragement today if you're going through something tough. Thanks for all the support, guys. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.